Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Antasia table lamp, which I have right here. This is the 2800. It's also a matching floor lamp, which is awesome. Check that out too. The two look really nice together. Let's get into the height of the fixture itself, 27.4, and it's going to be to the top of your shade. And the diameter on this is coming in at 15.5, and that's going to be the shade itself, because that's the biggest thing left to right. So let me take the shade off this now. We'll check it out. So the shade is going to be a drum shade. It's going to be 15.5 inches across the bottom. The top of it's going to be 15 inches, so it goes up just a slight bit, and then it's going to be 8 inches up the side. It's going to be offered to you in two different fabrics. You're going to have this one, which is natural white Anna, which is a pure white, lets a lot of light out. It's a nice weave. The other one is going to be called flax. Flax is an off-white, kind of like a super light barley or a white with a whisper of gray to it, but just a whisper. And then the inside on both of them is going to be this reflective material to get light out, both up and down. The top of these shades are going to have a spider, and the spider actually is always going to be in black. And then the socket and the harp is this part here that's holding the shade, is always going to be in a gunmetal gray. So it's something you should know. Excuse me. So why don't we hop into a couple other things here. So the base on this is going to be 6 inches by 6 inches. That's down here. Has little feet on the bottom, which is nice, with little pads on them. It's coming in at 8 pounds, so it's a pretty substantial piece. I don't think your kids or your grandkids or your cat is going to knock it over too quickly. And why don't we get into what's going on as far as the socket goes and what you can put into it. So the recommended bulb is going to be what's called an A19, and that's what's in there right now. The cool thing about this is it's got a dimmer that's built into the socket itself, so we'll play around with the socket. So you turn it on, you hear a little click, and it goes up to full power, and then you go back, and it's off. So it's going to be important that you get the correct bulb for that, and for two reasons. So an A19 is a traditional size light bulb we have used in our youth. You can, if you want to go for an incandescent, you can still do that up to 150 watts. Hard to find those out in the world. There's so many better LEDs, and you can get them everywhere. So an A19 version like this, I think I picked this up at Home Depot in like a 4-pack, and it wasn't very expensive, and it was in the color temperature I liked, and it was dimmable, and it just ticked all the boxes. The top of this, the harp, is going to only accommodate that A19 size. You see how tight that is right there? So that's going to be very important. So I found this up to 150 watt equivalent on probably Amazon or one of those light bulb websites out there in the world. Excuse me. But I found it easily up to 100 watt equivalent at Home Depot and at Walmart, in Vermont, mind you. And even lower wattages than that, I can get them at like a CVS, I can pick them up at a dollar store. I found these at my grocery store here too, so easy to find. The color temperature of the light is always going to be really important. We talk about it in every video. 2700 Kelvin, that's that super yellow light that it's very pretty. On the other side of that is going to be something called daylight, which sounds like it should be like sunlight and warm, but it's not. That's that bluish white light. Daylight is kind of like an overcast day or like a hospital waiting room. It's going to be that colder light. And that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom, and I talk about it all the time, is warm white or soft white, because that mimics the light of an incandescent bulb that I grew up with and like a lot. And that's going to be 3,000 Kelvin. That's the light that's coming down on me right now. So that's above us. And these are LEDs too. So my take on this would probably be pick up an A19, and you can get it anywhere. And you could probably start off with a 75 to 100 watt equivalent and see how that works for you. But knowing that out in the internet world, you'll be able to find 150 watt equivalent out there if you want to. Just make sure it is dimmable. That's going to be pretty important for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.